you ever opened an email that looked completely legit, but there was just something in the back of your mind that wondered if it was real? The logo might look right, the layout in the emails similar to everything else that you've got from them, and if you click a link, the web page looks legit, but something just doesn't feel right. Clicking on a link and entering your personal info on a fake website can have a lot of bad outcomes, but just deleting the email might have some too if it's actually real. In this video, I'm going to show you how to look below the surface in Apple Mail on the Mac to spot some of the telltale signs of scams, and how you can use AI to go even further if you're still not sure. I've got this example of a phishing email that I received a few weeks ago. This is for a class action settlement that's happening in Canada about price fixing for bread. There was a legit email about it a couple of years ago, probably now, and this came in a few weeks ago about the settlement, which the actual submissions were long since due, but it appears to be a legitimate email. I don't have a copy of the original one now, but from what I remember, it looks very similar to it. But there's a few things in this particular email that I wanted to point out that are ways that you can look at different things within the message. If there's any reason that you think it might be a fake email or a phishing attempt, there are a few telltale signs for that. This is in the Apple Mail app on the Mac. Unfortunately, this only works on the Mac. There's no way to do some of the things that I'm going to show here on the iPhone. So if you're on your phone or on your iPad and looking at an email that you're not really sure about, the best thing is to leave it and take a closer look at it on the Mac so that you can actually look at some of these more specific details. The first thing to look at is where it's coming from. If you hover over the sender, you'll get the little drop down arrow to the right. And if you click on that, you'll get a drop down with the details. So it'll show the actual email address that it came from. Now, in this case, this is coming from a .fr address, which is really the first clue that there's something up. If it was coming from this Canadian bread settlement officially, it would have been likely from a .com or .ca address. So as soon as I see that, that's something that would give me pause and make me think that this could be a scam. The second thing, which is the really clear indicator, is the links that are in the message itself. So it's got this apply now button, and there's links here to the various law firms and different things, and to the Canadian bread settlement.ca, which is in fact the legitimate website for it. That is the official site. If you hover over these links for a second, though, you'll get a pop-up that shows what the actual address that link is going to. So in this case, that Canadian bread settlement.ca link is actually pointing to a s3.amazonaws.com, which is basically just cloud storage on Amazon's systems. And it's opening a randomly named .htm file, which is basically the web page that it's loading. So right there, that's pretty much a dead giveaway. This link that it says is going to Canadian bread settlement.ca, that's not where it's going at all. And if we hover over the other links that are in this message, they're all actually going to the same page, even though they all have different URLs in the message itself. So right there, that makes it absolutely clear to me that this is a scam. So I would just delete this message right now and not click through on anything. If there's any question about whether it's going to a legitimate website or not, I recommend just deleting it. If it's from something like your bank or PayPal or something that you do actually use, if you have any concerns that there is something legitimate about it, just go directly to the website yourself or into the app on your phone or however you normally log in, and actually log into the site directly. Don't use a link that's in the message or anything that's coming from the email itself. Just go straight to the site, because if there is something wrong, like if there's something, your bank account is limited for some reason because there's been potential fraud activity, or your PayPal account's limited, or whatever it might be, if you log into the actual page or the actual app on your phone, it's probably going to give you a message there too. So if you're not sure about something, even after checking the sender and the links in the message and so on, the next step is to look at the actual email source. A lot of email messages have a lot of code in behind the scenes beyond what you're just seeing in the message itself. So if you go to the View menu for Apple Mail and go down to this message option and then raw source, This opens up a separate window with the actual source of the entire email. So you get all the detailed headers, you get all of the code in behind the scenes that shows what that message is. So there's what you see in the email, there's really a lot more in behind the scenes to it. There's a few things in these header details that you can look at to get a little better sense of whether or not the message is coming from where it says it is. But what I recommend, rather than having to dig through this long stretch of what looks like random code, you can use an AI like ChatGPT or Claude to analyze this and give you a pretty good sense of whether it's legitimate or not. If you want to run this through AI, just bear in mind that this does have some things in it that are personal. So you need to make the choice of whether you're comfortable with plugging it into ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI tool you use, because this will have your email address and things in it. But if you're okay with that, what you can do is you could just Command A selects all, and then Command C to copy it. And that'll copy all of the source code for this email, which you can then paste into your AI tool. So I'll hop over to Claude, and I've already pasted this in, and this is the prompt I gave it. Just analyze this email and let me know whether it's legit or a phishing attempt. So it scanned that email that all that source code that I just copied, and this is what it came back with. So it searched the web to verify some of the details in the message itself, and came back telling me it's phishing, delete it, don't click anything. So in this case, it's pretty clear from Claude's perspective that it is absolutely a phishing email. And then it gives you a lot more details. So in this case, for this particular email, when it searched the web, it obviously found the real notice that came out in a couple of years ago in 2024. So it's almost verbatim from there, which I guess is why I remember it being similar. But it highlights that those links are going to that AmazonAWS.com link that I pointed out in the message itself. So it's found the same problem. And then it just goes through a bunch of other details here, some evidence in the header. Again, it's highlighted the sender on this being a French domain. So there's all kinds of points that it's finding here that are similar to what I pointed out in the message itself. But then it also gets into some other details that were in that source for the message. And then it's also, when it did the web search, it found some details about the actual settlement and highlighted some differences here. So in this case, for this particular email, it's got a lot of detail about what the real situation is versus what's in the message itself. Almost every part of our life is online these days. Banking, taxes, payment systems like PayPal or Venmo, and all kinds of other things. Unfortunately, that makes it a valuable target for scammers. It costs them next to nothing to send millions of phishing emails, and even if they only succeed with a handful of people, it can still be worth a lot to them. If you're tricked by one of these scams, it can cost you a lot, both time and money. Knowing what clues to watch for is important, but it won't help if you don't notice the clues before it's too late. Pay attention to what's in your email and make sure that you're actively looking for the clues before you click on anything. If you have any questions about anything that I covered in this video, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do to help. And if you want to learn more about how to get the most out of Apple's productivity apps, these other recent videos can help. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.